Good afternoon, squad. My name is Megan Jensen, and I will be your squad leader for 1st Squad, 2nd Platoon, Bravo Company. This is an unclassified informational briefing with the purpose of informing you on our squad ambush on the motorized North Torbian Force. Agenda. Today we'll be going over the bluff, our task force organization, as well as the stages of our ambush, which include occupation, detection, initiation, attack on the objective, withdrawal, and finally conclusion, so if you have any questions or concerns. Bluff. So as 1st Squad of 2nd Platoon Bravo Company of the 5-20 Infantry Unit, we are going to be executing an ambush on the North Torbian Motorized Squad in order to prevent them from placing an intelligence system which has the capabilities of jamming our radio frequencies. Task Force. So we are composed of an Alpha team, Bravo team, and attached gun team. For the Alpha team, we're going to be having a team leader, rifleman, automatic rifleman, and grenadier. Same goes for Bravo team, each of them having their normal weapons that they'll be having. So team leader will have their rifle, rifleman rifle, automatic rifleman will have their M249, and grenadier will have grenade. The same goes for Bravo team, and for the attached gun team, the gunner will be having an M240 Bravo, and the assistant gunner will have an M4. In addition to these teams, we've also been assigned additional weapons in order to execute this ambush. We've been assigned 2 AT4s, which will be going to the Bravo team leader as a part of the assault element, as well as the Bravo grenadier, who is also on the assault element. We'll be having 3 claymores, 2 of which will be going to me in order to initiate this ambush, and 1 on the left side security, which I'll be explaining later on. In addition to that, we'll be having 10 rifles, which will be dispersed accordingly. Occupation. So this is the first stage of our ambush. As you can see, we'll place security first, and we've put them in places that are concealed within the tree line as well as on higher elevation so that they have a good vantage point. For our left side security, it will be composed of the 2 riflemen, 1 from Alpha team and 1 from Bravo team. And for our right side, we will have the automatic rifleman from Alpha team as well as the Alpha team leader. Again, they've both been well concealed, and our mainline communication system is going to be radio, and I'll be explaining a pace pan later for this. In addition to making sure our security has been placed, we will also be placing our support by fire and our assault element. Support by fire is going to be placed across this road, up on a little bit on higher elevation, in order to provide enfilade fire for our assault element. Our assault element will be along this ridge line, and it will be consisted of anyone who is not on security or support by fire. So we're going to have basically both grenadiers, Bravo team leader, most of the Bravo element, and we'll also be having me in order to initiate this ambush. As you can see, our kill zone reaches from this intersection here up to along this road, and in addition to placing these elements, we've also placed claymores in order to initiate this ambush. As you can see, we placed them along the tree line but not quite reaching the road. Again, our main communication system for this will be radio frequency. Sector sketch. So this basically summarizes our occupation stage of the ambush, but includes the sectors of fire, which are critical in order to prevent fratricide. As you can see, the dashed lines represent our right and left main limits. The assault elements' right and left limits are basically the kill zone. Our enfilade fire right and limits just mainly to prevent them from shooting at our assault element, as well as for security, the right and left limits will be along the road, not quite hitting the kill zone, but still along the road in order to prevent maneuver. This is our maximum engagement line. We should not be shooting past this engagement line, and it aligns with our LOA, which I'll be explaining later on. Detection. So this is the second stage of our ambush, and basically this is the right security's main responsibility. They're going to be watching for these enemies that are going to be planning or are predicted to be traveling along this road. Once they see them, our first line of communication is going to be radio. If that doesn't work, we're going to have smoke. And if that doesn't work, our contingency in our pace plan is going to be a runner. And if that doesn't work, our emergency part of the plan is just going to be shoot. If everything goes according to plan though, they'll continue along into the kill zone. This will then begin our initiation stage, in which I will set off 2 of the claymores, and simultaneously the support by fire with the machine gun is going to be going at cyclic rate of fire for about 15 seconds. In addition to that, again, simultaneously, we're going to have both rocket launchers going off, and we'll have the M4s at a sustained rate of fire continuously throughout this stage of the ambush. Security should not be shooting any weapons unless something goes unaccordingly to plan. So we have a maneuver out of the kill zone. We have a claymore over there, just in case, as well as an M249 if they try to head south towards this road. But with the support by fire and our numerous weapon systems from our assault element, everything should be contained and this should be going smoothly and fast. Attack on the objective. So basically, once initiation has been complete, everyone will keep a sustained rate of fire at alternating rates of fire with their M4s as the assault element clears through. One critical piece of information though for this is that we will not enter the kill zone until communication has been successfully made with the support by fire to shift, lift, and cease fire at our signal, which is just going to be radio. Again, if that doesn't work, we'll be throwing smoke, and if that doesn't work, we'll be communicating with them through a runner. Again, super duper important that we shift these sectors of fire, because if not, we could have fratricide. Again, in order to prevent any maneuver from outside the kill zone, we'll have both securities here to communicate with me as the squad leader. And once this has been done, once we've cleared through the objective, the assault element will continue through with the support by fire element to the LOA. Basically, the LOA is super identifiable and it aligns up with the communication tower. So it's identifiable, and once we reach this, no one should be shooting past this. Once we have finished at the LOA, our assault element will be conducting EPW, aid and litter, and a lace report around this kill zone. We will be doing this before the withdrawal part of our plan. It's super duper critical, and I want communication at all levels of chain of command for our aid and litter, EPW, and our lace report. Withdrawal. So the first people that will be withdrawing is our assault element. They will be going back to our rally point. Again, lace reports, aid and litter, and our lace reports should be already done with. Once they have reached the rally point, they will communicate with support by fire, and then they will begin moving up to the rally point as well. Main line of communication is radio. Again, if that doesn't work, we'll have a runner going in order to communicate through both. Everyone has reached the rally point at this point. Do you guys have any questions or concerns? Thank you.